think she has.
Yo, I'm here, man. I'm back, man. You know, shout out to my man Carl Turner. Built by God. You know what I'm saying? You already know what that's all about. If you don't feel like you built by God, I don't know what you built by. Know what I mean? But I'm gonna let y'all tap in a little bit, man. I'm gonna talk a little bit, man. Got a few things on my thought process for everybody. Gino Bottles, what's happening? But no, let's just get into it, man. I seen something today, though. I seen a quote today, and it just kind of had me thinking all day, man. And it really, really had me thinking, man. And it said, be humble or the universe will do it for you. I'm going to let that sink in for a minute, man. Be humble or the universe will do it for you. You know? And that's real talk, man. That's about as real as it get, man. But cause I know everybody know what humble means, but what does humble mean? Let's really let's figure out what humble means, because I think I think people don't really understand, man. Now the definition of humble says having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance. Now that's the definition. Now, I don't think you should show a modest or low importance of your own importance. Of course not. By all means, never do no shit like that. When I say humble, I'm talking about not the opposite of cocky, the opposite of conceited, the opposite of I'm the shit, fuck what you talking about, and all of those other things. And the reason why I say so is because when you're not humble, you don't have empathy. You don't show sympathy. You don't apologize when you wrong. Shit, you don't even think you wrong. And a person that displays those characteristics is just like on a crash course for the bullshit. It's on a crash course to bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, being humble, man, it's like this right here. You feel me? Pretty much built by God. Like, that's the prime example. Or whatever you choose to, you know, have faith in, God, Allah, Buddha, so on and so forth. Whatever it is, I'm pretty sure that that individual or that person or that spirit or whatever has probably been humbled to a degree that a human couldn't even fathom. So it's like, how can you not be humble? Like, how can you feel like you can do no wrong, everything you do is right, and even if you are wrong, you so stubborn that you won't apologize or admit or any of that, man? And that's why I go back to the comment that said, be humble or the universe will do it for you. I'm a walking testament of that shit, man. I'm walking around like my shit don't stink 10 years ago. I'm talking about, I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. Everybody telling me you supposed to do this. You should be a lawyer. You smart. You going to college. You need to do. I'm not trying to hear none of that shit at the time. Listen, man, I'm about to do what I want to do. I don't care who it hurts, who it harms. I don't care who don't like it. All of these sentiments. And just walking down that path, you just keep making choices and choices about bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Not thinking about consequences, not thinking about the way your actions reflect or affect those that you love, that love you. That's another selfish way of looking at shit, because individually, anybody who makes a choice just on them, just for themselves, I could accept the consequences that come with whatever I choose to do. You know what I'm saying? Whatever choices I make, I'm conscious enough to understand that consequences come with the certain choices that you make. And if it's just only about me, I can take whatever come with it. But the actuality of it is, it ain't just about you. Because when you make a choice that has a consequence to it, your kids are affected, your parents are affected, shit, your family is affected, some of your friends are affected, your community could be affected. All of these things that you probably not even thinking about are affected by one choice that you make in a selfish way, because you don't want to be humble, because you feel like you know it all, you got it all figured out, fuck what anybody else talking about, I'm dog, it is what it ain't, and then boom. All right, you think you know everything. You think you the smartest nigga in the room. Well, I got something for you. I remember sitting in that courtroom, right? Now, mind you, I done been in the courtrooms, I done been in front of the judges 5, 6, 7, 8 times prior to that for various other reasons. And I've always been able to lean on my resume on paper, you know, oh, I do all of these positive things, sir. I go to school, I graduated from school, I work, I do this, I volunteer with the kids, I got people writing letters all the time, I got people coming in on my behalf, and this shit kept working. I'm getting pulled over, driving on suspended license, in Farmington and Canton, all the suburbs, police pull up, I run the spiel down, they run my name, they just let me go. I'm talking about just let me go. I'm riding around on a suspended license, no registration, no insurance, in a brand new Escalade, in a brand new Cherokee. You feel me? So, you know, I couldn't have been humble. I'm feeling like I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. Getting away with it. Smack on the wrist. Smack on the wrist. They put me on probation one time. Then took me off probation in 3 months and told me I ain't had to pay nothing. I'm walking around like, oh, I can't lose. No matter what I do, I can't lose. They keep letting me off, put me in the county. Supposed to do 90 days. They let me out the back door in 3 weeks. Oh, okay. I can't lose. So let's keep pressing the issue, just like a kid do. You keep going to see what you can keep getting away with. Keep getting away with. Not being humble, being selfish, being cocky, being conceited, being self-centered. You know what I'm saying? Not all of those different things. So then eventually I do something. The bank shit, boom, it's going down. We in the courtroom, we in front of the judge. You know what I'm saying? We red-handed, it's a wrap. So now I try the same shit again that always been working for me. I write a dog-ass letter. I'm talking about I write a letter that would have made a motherfucker everything you could think of. All the remorse, all of the lessons, all of the, I did it all in the letter. Had letters written, had people in there on my behalf. Judge read the letter in the courtroom and say, sir, this is probably one of the best letters that I've ever heard. And I do believe that you're sorry. You articulated yourself well. I see you got a lot going for yourself. And then, so I'm sitting there like, okay, he finna show me some love. In a split second, that motherfucker say, and because of all of that, I know you know better. Tables turn. Here come the universe humbling me. I know you know better. Based on this letter that you wrote, based on everything these people saying about you, based on what I see on paper, all of the things that you've done, I know for a fact, if don't nobody else that's been in this courtroom know better than what they did, which means you shouldn't have done it, you knew better, was you. So therefore, you just said, fuck it, I'm going to do what I want to do. And because of that, the rest is history. And I'm sitting there like, whoa. And I couldn't do nothing but respect it, because He wasn't saying it in no demeaning way. He wasn't trying to play me. He was keeping it 100 with me for the first time in my life. Had somebody kept it 100 with me, a white man at that. And, you know, it was like the best and the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life, because I remember that. I will never forget that. So that take me back. I read this quote that said, I seen it earlier today. It's been on my brain, on my heart all day. Be humble or the universe will humble you. You better know it. You better know it, man. The universe will humble you. If you think your shit don't stink, the universe gonna back your toilet up in your basement and you gonna smell that shit through the vents. You will be humbled. If you think your shit don't stink, the universe will put that shit right in front of your nose and make you smell it and realize, not only do my shit stink, my shit stank. You feel me? And that's just some 100 shit, man. I'm just keeping it I'm keeping it a buck, man. Like, I'm tired of all of this bullshit. And when I say bullshit, I mean, I'm tired of all of these motherfuckers out here acting like they can't do no wrong. Acting like they ain't supposed to be showing motherfuckers respect. I'm tired of these young motherfuckers, this young generation, not respecting their elders just because. An elder does not have to earn your respect, man. That is the world. An elder automatically supposed to have the respect of a young person. Now, I ain't talking about fag. I'm talking about an elder. I'm going to give y'all another one. This is how I know the generation after us, these 90 babies, is fucked up, man. And it ain't their fault. But I remember, I never forget it. In the joint, I'm chilling, my bunkie. He on the phone, going ham. Bitch, why you ain't do this? Bitch, you talking about you was supposed to do this. What the fuck wrong with you? I'm talking about going on and on and on and on. Now, hey, you know, it's not abnormal. You know, motherfuckers go off on their girl or whoever. So, and this my little guy. He probably at the time, he like, I don't know, 20. And I'm like, damn, bro, why you was going so hard on your girl like that, man? That's crazy. You going hard on your girl. And do you know what this little I want somebody to chime in and tell me what you think he told me when I said that. After he went so ham, cussing like a sailor, cussing this motherfucker out like this motherfucker wasn't even alive. I'm like, damn, you going hard on your girl. Why you go so hard on her, bro? What she do? This motherfucker had the audacity to tell me that wasn't my girl, that was my mama. That's when I knew. It's hopeless. That nigga said that was my mama. And I know his mama come up there and visit him. This little motherfucker he was only 5 years into a 30 ball. And his mama done been up there every other weekend coming. Shit, my girl rolled with his mama before. This nigga on the phone talking to his mama. Bitch, I wanted to punch this little nigga face off. But that's just a example of how the generation after ours, if we consider 90s babies, we consider 80s babies. Like, we got respect for our elders by default. I don't even know how to not respect an elder. I don't know how to not hold the door for anybody, but let alone an elderly, especially a woman, man. But I don't know how not to do that. Like, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't even feel right. I don't know how to not automatically by default give respect to elders. And this younger generation in us, man, It's like the opposite. It's like you got a elder has to earn your respect. Be humble, or the universe will humble you. You better know that might be the truest shit I ever heard. Like, be humble, or the universe will humble your monkey ass. You better know it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to tell the motherfucker what to do and what not to do. Who am I? You feel me? That's like the pot calling the kettle black, all the bullshit that I done. But even in the midst of all of that, I still had some semblance of like a moral compass and some principles. Although the principles that I stand on now may have not been established back then. But at the same token, you know, it's only so much wrong one person can do. Like if you just don't give no fucks, like zero fucks. Imagine if you don't give zero fucks. Like imagine anybody on here, just imagine the thought for 2 seconds that you don't give a fuck about shit. It don't even make sense. You can't, it's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible. And I don't want to hear that he ain't got no mama, he ain't got no daddy, the situation, fuck that. Because I'm from that. My generation all from that shit. We from the beginning of that shit. No mama, one mama, no daddy, situation fucked up, whatever. But the one thing we always had, no matter what, is respect. Respect, especially for your elders, man. Being humble, man. Like how can you not, like it's one of those things like where people say like, you gotta earn my respect. I always thought you start with my respect until you fuck it up. I'm gonna respect you because I want you to respect me in return. But the moment that you don't respect me or you disrespect me, that's when you don't have my respect. But out the gate, I gotta start with respect because that's what I want. I want respect, so I gotta give it, period. You know what I'm saying? I want the benefit of the doubt, so I have to give it. You know what I want? All of these things that I want don't mean shit if I ain't giving it off first. That's just the end of the day. That's just how I go. What's happening? That's just how I go, man. Like this shit, man, is really fucked up, man. And we see it all the time, man. Where the cocky motherfucker just fall off the cliff, man. And then the motherfucker be wondering how. Like, how dog fall off the cliff? Until you start realizing, like, dog was fucked up, man. Like, dog was on some bullshit. And I'm just going there, you know. And I'm just, like, what I'm about to tap into next, like, I don't want any of this to be disrespectful to anybody. But we just going right now. And it's the truth, man. Like, another thing, I ain't gonna say what irks me, but it's just kind of, it's one of those things that it's hard for me to wrap my mind around a little bit. But like I say, the universal humble, you got the guys that's running around fooling, robbing people, carjacking people, selling dope, pistol whipping motherfuckers, doing hoes dirty, doing whatever they want to do out here in these streets, fooling. Fooling. I'm talking about fooling. We all know motherfuckers, whether it's our families, friends, or whatever, that's out in this bitch fooling. Reckless, don't give a fuck, up in that bitch on anybody, doing whatever it is, right? And then the universe catch up with them. And then somebody catch them slipping. And, you know, unfortunately, they get killed. Then you will watch the news or the Crime Stoppers. And they on there like, oh my God, that my baby was the sweetest thing in the world. I can't believe that this happened to him. This some bullshit. How y'all gonna do me like that? And I be thinking like, bro, do you know this little nigga done killed 50 people, just exaggerating, but just in general, like, you know, he was out here acting up. He was fooling. Not being humble, thinking he can do whatever he want to do and it don't matter, or he don't give a fuck about the consequences. And then when the universe catch up with him, the first thing people always want to say is he was such a great person, which he could have been in that circumstance. But he didn't get killed by the people that he was being wonderful to. He got killed by the people that he was out here going crazy on. And so when the universe catch up, you got to be honest with yourself, man. Like I seen an interview, no name intended, but I seen an interview with one mom, you know, from a guy from here who was going, and she said it out loud. It's the first time I ever heard it said. She was like, man, listen, I ain't finna sit here and act like my baby was out here fooling. And I knew it was coming. Fucked me up. You know what I'm saying? Fucked me up, man. So I ain't finna get on this motherfucker too long and go too crazy. But be humble or the universe will do it for you. Like my man's, that's crazy, coin handler, my man Laurent, he got the clothing line that says be humble or be humbled. Same sentiment. And that's the truth, man. You better find a way to be humble. Like if anybody on here ever, like you better find a way to be humble, man. You better find a way to just like everybody said they tired of all of the bullshit that's going on. But people only want to show love and respect to people that they know. So if you tired of the bullshit and all of this retarded ass shit that's going on in the world, stop walking by people and don't speak. How is that possible? How do you walk past somebody in Myers or in the mall? Now, I ain't saying it's 1,000 people walking by. You just speak to everybody. But how is it possible that you walking down the street or you downtown on a river walk and you walk right past a person and y'all look at each other and you don't fucking speak? But you saying you tired of all the bullshit and we need more love in the world. Well, before we start with love, we just need more like. We can't pass like and go straight to love. Like, it don't work like that. Like, you can't go, stranger, I love you. How about let's just like people? Let's just, you feel me? Let's just speak to people. Let's just be more approaching. Let's just be regular. You feel me? And stop worrying about all the whole shit or stop worrying about yourself. Get over yourself and just start liking people and being nice to people. Being nice to strangers. Speak. Hold the door. So what? You see the motherfucker coming just because they not right behind you. They only 4 or 5 steps behind you. It's going to take you 20 seconds or less to just hold the door an extra second for somebody that you know finna walk through the door. What's wrong with that? That shit don't make no sense, man. But then everybody want to complain about it, but they don't want to do the little things that they can control on a daily basis. Be humbled or the universe will do it for you. Period. That's it, man. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. So everybody who always want to, you're not even doing the little shit you can do. You ain't got to change the world. Just change your circumference. Everywhere you go, make the difference. Be a different feel. Be a different vibe. And if everybody took that personal responsibility, then little by little, the shit will change. Little by little by little by little. You can't do, I hate to, like, people, it's a lot of mindset, like people think like, if I can't do something grand, then I don't want to do anything. If I can't, you know, I'm rambling a little bit, but it's all making sense. Like dads, baby daddies. I'm a baby daddy. My daddy was a baby daddy, blah, blah, blah. So I remember my dad, we never really had a really, really good relationship. Spot duty here and there, seen him, but for the most part, nothing. And I remember he got really sick and he was about to die. And those couple of weeks when he was at a nursing home, I would go up there and we would talk. And he told me, and I believed him because I knew he was being sincere, because at this point, what the fuck do he got to lie about? And he was like, I never really came around or did anything or whatever because I couldn't do what I wanted to do. Like the way that I wanted to be your dad, I was unable to. And because of that, I just didn't be your dad at all. In theory, I feel you. But in actuality, get the fuck out of here, man. That's your own insecurities. That's your own inability to humble yourself. That's what I'm saying to the daddies out here. You don't gotta be super daddy. You don't gotta come and buy them all out. You don't gotta bring 1,000 toys. You don't gotta do nothing but just be there. That's it. I remember watching something a few years back and they said, you know how kids spell love? L-O-V-E. How they spell love? T-I-M-E. That's it. Guaranteed. All the single moms out here, of course they're gonna bitch and complain about some chicken, but I guarantee you, if you was just showing up, spending time, doing what the little bit that you could do, and they really realized that they wouldn't trip. They'd probably be like, damn, get it up. Come on, man, you gotta get your weight up. But guess what? You're there. Just pull up, man. You don't gotta be super dad. You don't gotta wait till you hit a lick. You don't gotta wait till you get your taxes back. You don't gotta wait till you could pull up and fry the scene and bring bags. You don't gotta do that because that's not for the kid. That's for you and your ego. That makes you feel better. But you worrying about the wrong fucking thing. It's not about you. It's about the kid. Just like baby mamas. Stop making it about y'all. Get over that. You worried about the wrong thing. If the nigga could do it, he could do it. If he can do it and he ain't doing it, he ain't doing it. But if he want to pull up, stop making it difficult. It's not about y'all. Get over yourselves, man. It's about the kid. That's it. You worried about the wrong shit, man. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't be concerned with that. But in this particular moment, it's not about that right here when it's trying to pull up and see what's happening. Or because y'all still ain't got over y'all bullshit and all this other shit. And then now the kid becomes the pawn in between. Or all of that shit, man. Like, just pull up, dog. I don't give a fuck if you got 5. I don't give a fuck if you ain't got no money. Have your mans pull up. How many baby mamas out here, if you had a baby daddy that really didn't have a car or nothing or whatever, and not his own spot, if he wanted to pull up and not be all in your face, worried about you and all this, if he just wanted to pull up for a couple hours and spend some time with his child at your house, how many of y'all would say no? I'll wait. How many of y'all would say, no, you can't do that? If it's not about you, if it's about the kid. That's what I want to know. If it's about the kid, he just got his man's going to drop him off. His man's going to drop him off. He going to spend a couple hours over here, play the game with his son or play with the baby doll with his daughter or whatever. Walk to the park, come back, sit down in her room, chill, talk shit. Hell, you might want to sit down and kick it too if you get over yourself. What parent doesn't realize that it's always a good thing for a child to see their mother and their father together sometimes? Like, I ain't talking about relationship. I ain't talking about none of that. But every so often, if it's just going to McDonald's or going to whatever, it's cool. Like, kids, that's great for a kid. Like, I'm talking to the niggas and the females that's like the boyfriend or the husband of somebody that's got kids and it's a baby daddy. And it's a good thing, bro. Like, for a kid to see both of their parents together, doing something, interacting, like getting along. We ain't talking about trying to get at each other. We just talking about together getting along. Like, it's cool when it's the step parents or the boyfriend, but every so often, y'all even got to get the fuck out of the way and just let these two parents spend some time with the kid that they made. If it's not about y'all, if it's about the kids, man, be humble or the universe will humble you. That's it, man. Be humble or the universe will humble you. Get over yourself. Stop taking yourself too serious. I don't take myself that serious no more. I'm serious about what I'm doing, but I don't make everything about me. I don't take it personal. That's why people always be like, why you always in a good mood? Or why you don't get mad at nobody? Or why you always, like, people call me for advice for a reason. Because I'm removing myself from shit. Like, I'm not worried about, it ain't always about me. I ain't got to take everything personal. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like when y'all talk about love, before we can even get to love, I said we got to get to like. But before we can get to like, we got to get to stop taking everything so fucking personal. Like who the fuck is you to think that everything is about you? Be humble or the universe will humble your ass. Everything ain't about you, man. Everything not about me. Sometimes I may get shit from somebody and I know I ain't really did nothing, but yet they coming at me with the bullshit. So the first thing I'm thinking is this can't be about me. This gotta be coming from somewhere else. So ain't no sense in me taking this personal. I might as well just let her do her thing or let dog vent. It is what it is. Because clearly I'm the comfortable place where they feel comfortable to vent. So let him vent, do his thing, and then it's over with. As long as you don't go too crazy. Be humble or the universe will humble your retarded ass, man. That's it, man. Worry about the wrong thing, man. Gotta like people before you can love people. Can't skip like to love. It's impossible. If you skip like to love, that's not love. You start with like, then you go to love. Period. The only relationship that doesn't start with like first is a parent and a child. That's it. Other than that, every other relationship in this world has to start with like first before you could really love. It ain't about you, man. It's not bigger than us, man. Like I'm on some real 100 shit, man. Like it's not about, like I'm rambling, but hopefully y'all following and I'm going somewhere because my thoughts just be going, I talk too fucking much, but it is what it ain't. But like that son, baby daddy, baby mama, kid shit, man, is probably one of the biggest problems in our community. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because we don't get taught to care about shit because we usually come from circumstances where it's so much other shit to worry about, like surviving and eating, that we don't get those jewels like put a condom on. Yeah, put a condom on, but no, not just put a condom on. Here's the condom. This how you put it on. You need to put this condom on because you don't want to get pregnant. You don't want to get a disease. So because we don't get all of that, we did a lot of fucking when we was young, unprotected, and we make a lot of babies in our community at a young age, which means that we have a lot of immature people with children. Now, most of them become mature because once you have that responsibility, it matures you. But so now we have a lot of immature people with children. And as a result, we have a lot of people that aren't together with the person because y'all wasn't going to be together, kid or not. The kid just made it tougher because now normally the mom, she now got to buckle her straps up and get to it. So she ain't got time to play no games with you no more. So now you still want to bullshit around, but she can't bullshit no more. So she got to get to it, which I get. Get straight to it, get to it, do what you got to do. That's what make women colder than us because they don't even think twice about it. They get straight to it 99.9% of the time. Okay, with that being said, so now we got these young parents that don't know even how to interact with each other properly without a kid being in the mix. So now as the years go on and the kid becomes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all this damage is being done amongst the relationship between the parents that they're not even friends no more. So now when you're not even friends with a motherfucker, you can't give them the benefit of the doubt. You know why? Because you don't like them. And I ain't talking about like boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm talking about you don't even like them as a person. So you're not even trying to hear the bullshit. You call, this what I need, this what I want, here go your child. Put her on the phone, he on some bullshit, hang up the phone, talk about him like a dog to your friends, or vice versa. Fuck this nigga, he ain't shit. Well, but mind you, that's your child's father. And as your child gets older and continues to hear that you say those things, they start to develop that same sentiment about their father. He ain't shit, fuck him. And they don't really see him because of various factors. And you just plant all of these seeds. And so all of these are the ingredients and more as to how we ended up at the place that we are. Outside of all of the bullshit that white people have done to us for hundreds of years. Because that's a whole nother separate thing. But we haven't even handled our in-house shit properly enough. And I hear people, and I get it, scholars, smart people, when I talk like this, they always say, well, what do you expect when all of this damage? And I get all of that. And I get that everybody doesn't have the capacity or ability to compartmentalize properly and still, rise above it. But those that do don't come back and help others figure out how to do so. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can't be well versed in all of these areas of your life, but then when it comes down to the relationship with the father or the mother of your child and you can't figure it out, that means you just don't want to. That means you making it about you. It feels better for you. It validates those emotions that were harmed by you bad-mouthing the parent, the non-custodial parent. Let's be technical now. The non-custodial parent. It validates the emotions or all of the harm that was done to you by this person outside of this child to push him to the side, talk shit about him. It validates those feelings, because it's hard to set that aside and be like, you know what? That's my child father. Right, wrong, or indifferent, I can't pick another one. You don't get to pick another one. You can marry somebody, get with a nigga who can be a wonderful role model to your child, to your son, your daughter, dude, woman, whoever I'm talking to. They could be wonderful, but they could never be the mother or the father. They could never do that. They could never do it. And so when you don't develop that relationship properly, or at least the friendship, you lose perspective on parts of your child that you don't understand. Because that child is both of y'all. It may be a little bit dominant one way or the other, but it's usually not too far off personality-wise, all of these other things that you can't understand because you don't fuck with the other parent and the daddy and the mama, and to realize, oh, this is okay, my child. Oh, I get it now. All that shit, man. Worrying about the wrong shit, man. Be humble or the universe will humble you. You better know it. Be humble or the universe will humble you. So everybody whose shit don't stink or think your shit don't stink, stick your head in the toilet then and tell me what you smell. Period. Now we gonna see. Because I just be talking my shit. But I pay like I weigh and I move what I say. You feel me? So, you know what time it is with me, man. I'm keeping it a buck, man. Unfortunately, I had to go through hell physically to gain my perspective. And that's that's actually probably what it takes for most people. Most people that aren't humble, got to be some drastic shit that happened, and it sucks. But that's life. But, Butch, what's up? But you got a choice to make, man. And it ain't got to be grand, man. The littlest shit, bro, go the longest way. I'm taking my garbage can up. You see your neighbor shit out there, just roll it up. Simple. That small gesture. Just roll that garbage can back up. You see, you going to get your shit. You see it right there. Just roll it up, man. It ain't hard. It ain't hard. You know what I'm saying? You roll past, you see your neighbor left their car window down. Just knock on the door. Hell, you should have a phone number if they're your neighbor for real. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. I ain't gonna go all over the place. But, excuse me. All I'm saying is what I'm saying, man. I don't know everything, but I know a little bit about a lot, man. And I've been through a lot for a 40-year-old. Most of that shit's self-inflicted too. Let's not get that twisted. And with that being said, man, you know, I just got my this is my therapy to the world, you know. You don't even know, man. I be going through therapy when I be doing those little, people call them raps, I call them social, whatever you want to call them. That's therapy. Everything that I do outwardly, creatively, is my form of therapy. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get it out, then it doesn't have the ability to have a hold over you. So people be like, why you be laughing? Like when I talk about shit like my childhood or my mom being on drugs or all the bullshit, and I make light of it, people always be like, why you? Because it don't got no control over me no more. I can't change it. It is what it is. So I might as well, you know, once I've come to grip, that shit ain't nothing. It is what it is. I can laugh and joke about it like shit, man. You don't, listen, you don't want to know, boy. I'll tell a stranger. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. You is who you is, man. You was who you was. You is who you is, man. And when those things fuse, that's what's going to shape who you become. So as long as you continue to not come to grips with all of the shit that's already occurred and you try to stay in the now, you'll never get to the, what Jay say? Jay say, how you propose to deal with my perfect present when I can't get past my past? Think about that for a second. How are you supposed to deal with your perfect present if you can't get past your past? And I'll add a little more to it. How do you propose to get to your absolute future when you haven't dealt with your past? You can't stay in the present. Now, you don't got to dwell on the past, but you got to accept it. You got to understand that all of that shit that you went through is the process of how you got to where you are. Without that exact shit, you don't be the exact motherfucker that you are. If any one thing changes, your present isn't exactly what it is. You feel me? I'm finna get up out of here, y'all. Talk my shit. It is what it ain't, man. It's all love. Motor City Lock, Hands Up Management, Mia Simone. Gotta do all my shameless plugs before I get the fuck on. Mia Simone, 2021, taking over. You know what I'm saying? Hands Up Management, all that. Stags up. You feel me? What time it is, man. Love everybody. Well, I ain't gonna say I love everybody. I love a lot of y'all, but I like everybody. I don't got no problems with everybody. I ain't finna see everybody talking about I love everybody. That's a fucking lie. How the fuck do you love somebody you don't know? Stop lying with that I love everybody shit. You don't. I like everybody though. I respect everybody that hasn't given me a reason not to. And that's my little spiel for today, man. PSA, all that. Holla at your boy, you know. Exclusive fitted. Once again, Detroit shit. Built by God. Carl Turner. Tap in with him. Holla at me. I'm out of here. It's all love.